Welcome to this episode of Blended, Blessed, and Always a Mess. I'm Eric.
And I'm Angie.
We are married with a ton of kids.
We have 6 kids total. He has 3 and I have 3.
My name's Hallie and I love riding horses.
My name's Lexi and I've always been the most responsible.
My name's Carter and I like picking on my siblings.
My name's Chase and I love a clean truck.
My name's Summer and I still like to spend my parents' money.
My name's Dane and I love baseball.
And around here, we talk about the real stuff. Parenting, marriage, faith.
Along with grief, growth, second chances, and blended family life.
And all the in-between moments that don't make it to Instagram.
Our podcast is for the couples figuring it out, the parents trying their best, and the ones holding faith and heartbreak in the same hand.
Look, we don't have it all together.
Not even close.
But we do have honesty.
And a whole lot of grace.
This is Blended, Blessed, and Always a Mess.
Let's get into it.
This episode is brought to you by Seven's Boutique, an online shop created by 2 sisters, Angie and Jess, who believe you should walk boldly, dress divinely, and know your significance. At Seven's, you'll find easygoing pieces that are cozy, classy, and made to mix and match. Think relaxed pants, cozy sweaters, and lifestyle sets you'll want to live in. Every item is handpicked with purpose, so you can shop confidently, dress comfortably, and walk boldly. Inventory is small and curated, so if you see something you love, don't wait. Visit sevensboutique.com and use the code PODCAST10 for 10% off your first order. www.sevensboutique.com. Walk boldly, dress divinely, know your significance.
Welcome to this week's episode of Blended, Blessed, and Always a Mess. Happy 5th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, we got kisses right out of the gate.
Getting crazy up in
Man.
here.
I love it. A special anniversary because we had 5 years. I don't know why. Why does it feel like 5, 10, 15, 20? They just do.
Know.
But it's been 5 years of love and pain, growth, and there's been some chaos involved in all of that too, I would say.
A lot of chaos.
Yeah. That's
A lot.
true.
And a lot of learning. We've learned a lot. So today I think we're going to talk about what we were like then, 5 years ago, then, and like who we are now, and maybe what we want the next 5 years to be.
Well, it's exciting. I'm excited.
Are you?
Well, I think so. Sometimes you surprise me. So let's see what happens.
It's like anything. I think, whether it's taking a job or it's entering into a relationship, you really you think you know what you're doing.
It's fair. That's fair. Why we tell our kids all the time, like, you got to date for a while because you think you know, and then things, in our instance, obviously changed on a dime when we lost Hallie, and we'll get into all that. But yeah, I mean, when we got married, I think we were really confident. We'd been dating for over a year and a half, something like that. We'd both been married before. It's not like this was something that was going to throw a bunch of surprises our way or anything like that.
Right.
So,
yeah, we were confident. I would also say we were clueless of what we were really, really getting into. Back then, I think if I look back at when we got married 5 years ago, I would say I was pretty focused on thinking that I had control over the life that we were building. It's like, oh yes, I'm confident, like we can do this. We've got command and control over it. And I thought God brought us together because of like what our kids needed from us, like what my kids needed from Eric and what Eric's kids needed from me. That's kind of what I thought when we were getting married.
I mean,
What did you think?
I thought when we were getting married, like, here I found my soulmate, this person that makes me the best version of myself and allows me to now be the best dad I can possibly be to my kids and to her kids when given opportunities. And so I just thought, we're just going to keep growing.
We're gonna grow.
Love, and we're just going to have all this laughter. And there has been those things. But yeah, I just thought it would continue to be an extension, I think, of the dating life that we had. Again, part of this is a little bit unfair because a year and a half in, we lost Hallie, and that just throws everything for a loop. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's very, very obvious that you and I are not in control.
Yeah, that's what I've learned. I mean, so I thought I would be in control and be able to build this thing. And then like 5
Build
years
this
in,
thing.
build this thing. We're going to create this thing. It's going to be great. And yeah, the hard lesson 5 years in looking back, and we've talked about this a lot on here, is like, we were in control of building shit. I mean,
Yeah.
we were in control of nothing. You look back at when we got married, and I just think, oh my God, like how naive were we if we knew that path ahead of us of the hell we were going to be going through. You look back and you go, why did I even remotely think I was in control of what we could create? And I think also another like learning as I look back and think about what I was thinking 5 years ago, I also thought, God brought us together for our kids. And that's totally like what I've learned is that God brought us together so that Aric could be there for me in the darkest, most brutal time of my life. It really, yes, you've been amazing for the kids too. I think all of that's still true, what I thought when we got married, but I also thought I'm in control. I can get through whatever. I'm independent, strong, all those things. I don't need anybody. And I think 5 years in and looking back, I definitely needed a partner, a husband to be that strong foundation in the hell. And I also needed God. I needed to just be able to trust him even in the hard times and stick with that, stick with leaning on other people, not being so strong and independent all the time. And also, that person's God and my husband.
That's super sweet of you to say. It's very kind. I think for me over the last 5 years, it's been one, learning how to be stable. Like, I love Peter in the gospel, originally Simon, Jesus names him Peter, the rock, because he's such a screw up. I mean, you go back and read your Bible, Peter screws up to the point where he denies Jesus 3 times before he's crucified. And yet Jesus still builds his church on Peter and calls him the rock. And so I have learned over the last 5 years to love Peter and to figure out how to be stable for my family. And that was a journey, not a quick journey, but that was part of it. I have learned to have an incredible amount of patience with Angie, with all the kids when they're together. I don't lose my mind. I don't just fly off the handle like I perhaps did even when we got married. Like people would trip my trigger and I would fire off shots because I'm the dad and here's how we're doing things.
I'm supposed to be. Supposed to be like this.
Yeah. And so I don't do those things anymore. And I've learned that God is in control of my life, of our lives, of our kids' lives. And the best thing that I can do is to rely on him, to trust him. That's way easier to say than to actually do.
My gosh. Yeah.
Right? Like I pray daily when I'm walking in the mornings that God, thank you for this day, but help me to trust you and whatever comes my way, help me to handle it well. I know there are days I handle things much better than I handle on other days, but I spend a lot more time with God now than I did when we first met. And I feel like it's just been a lot of heart change for the way that I feel about myself, for one. Because I know that when we first met, I always felt like I had to prove that I was worthy of you, prove that I was worthy of a lot of things. And now I feel more like I'm needed in this family to show up well for everyone because that's what everyone needs from me. And there's a slight difference in that, a subtle difference in that.
I think the biggest shift looking back and reflecting over the 5 years is that, and the hardest thing is that we've changed.
It's all this gray hair, or you just
that too.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. Jesse needs to color that. No, I mean we've changed, and in a short amount of time, like we didn't get the opportunity to be together for 20 years and have something like this happen. Like we immediately, a year and a half in, our lives are completely altered, and we change. We're not the same people, and as we talk through this. That's not always a bad thing. I mean, obviously the circumstances are freaking horrific, but like to grow and evolve as a person is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I do say I loved who I was in my 40s, and at some point maybe I will love the new Angie, but it's so complicated not loving what happened and losing Hallie. But I do think it although it's been a hard road, we both have grown so much in the last 5 years. I think a lot of times when you go through heartbreak, challenging times in a relationship, setbacks, all the things, mistrust, whatever that is. I mean, relationships are hard. If you stay the same people and just try to make it work, I think you're just constantly sort of beating up against that same person. But I think becoming different people, it's like you get that opportunity to choose each other again as different people. And I think that is kind of a beautiful thing that happens. I mean, we've joked about like we just need to renew our vows like every 5 years. And I think that there's something to be said about that, of like, especially if you're growth minded, that you're changing, you're a different person. And in 5 years, I'm going to choose you, this new version of you. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, because I think what happens is that so many times, one person will change, the other person doesn't change, but you stay together because you said you were going to stay together. And I'm not saying maybe that's not right nor wrong, but what does happen, especially in our scenario, is we kept choosing each other. And there were times where maybe we weren't in a good place in our marriage, but every now and then we would just say to each other, I choose you, through a text or saying it or whatever that looked like. And there is a reminder to choose each other. I think biblically, it's very clear that love is not, it's a verb. Like you have to choose to love somebody every day. And so when we were choosing to grow, like our marriage went from what we thought it was going to be to completely thrown into something we never could have or would have imagined. And so for us to have to grow through that, it meant that we both had to change, and it meant that we had to continue to choose each other during those changing times.
Even when we didn't like each other.
Yes.
I mean, this is not a like, okay, I choose you. It has been a constant like work in progress throughout the last 3.5 years. And, when I reflect on that, because I am a type of person that I will shut down. I will just like, okay, I'm out. I don't have to do this type of thing. And I think that's been the growth on my side of it, of like, I need to work through this. I need to stick with it and not just be like, okay, I'm out, because that's where I naturally go. But I do want to say, like, I am very thankful for you and everything that you do for all of us. I mean, you definitely have been the steady. I'll say something later to make me laugh, but
not sure where she was going with that, but okay.
Yeah. You've definitely been the steady for all of us. Oh, we've had some bumps, but I know everyone knows that they can count on you, and that's including me. So
I really appreciate that. Super sweet of you to say. And I've just never stopped loving you. And so I tried to say to you even recently, like for me, there was this point where I knew that you needed to feel safe, and I just wanted to provide that safety for you. So whether the days were hard, or whether the days were okay, or whether the days seemed like they were a little bit better, I just wanted to be a safe place for you to find comfort and rest. And I've also loved watching you fight. Like I know no one that is stronger than Angie. I know no one that fights as hard as she does, continues to fight and honor Hallie all the time, fight for all of our kids, stands up for women all the time. I'm just so super impressed with you, who you are as a person. And, you could have just laid down and given up.
I still want to a lot of days. I mean,
yeah. But you haven't. You show up for so many people on a regular basis, even people that are listening to the podcast that will reach out because they just lost a child, or they lost a child a while back and they just need help. You always show up for those people. And so here we are 5 years later, and I'm still, I couldn't love you more. We are trauma bonded. So like,
yeah,
it's
no one else
things,
would understand.
Yeah. Nobody else would be able to step into where we are. And, the theory, people are like, oh, the grass is greener. Well, on this side, the grass may be greener, but you sure as hell don't know what's in that fertilizer or what's in ours, because we've been through some stuff and losing a child. So my gosh.
We're recording this. It's actually Easter. It's Sunday evening, the week before this is released. But so Friday was our actual anniversary. And I feel like it was the perfect little date. If someone said, what's a piece of advice you have, is to always date each other, even if you don't want to go on a date with them. Just go on a date with them and spend time together.
She wanted to go on a date with me. That's not what
No,
she
I'm just saying sometimes we're talking about all of our rocky times. I mean, sometimes you might not really want to go on a date with somebody, with your spouse, but just go.
Okay. All right. She said,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember those nice things she said a few minutes ago? I'm holding on to those. No.
I'm just trying to say there are people that listen that are not, we're going to have rough times ahead. We haven't figured this out. There's always going to be
Agreed.
ups and downs. And I'm saying if you're in a down, like just still go on a date. It's the time, it's the connection. But anyway, that's what we did Friday night. And we just went to dinner, a place we hadn't been for a while. And it was quiet. And we walked around downtown Columbia for a little bit afterwards, picked up a few Easter gifts last minute for our kids and grabbed a coffee.
It was fun.
It was a perfect night.
I really
perfect night.
enjoyed it. The weather was great. So it was nice to be able to walk around downtown. And it was just really, really good. And the whole weekend I thought was good with kids coming in and out of the house and getting to take the kids to church this morning. It was just a great way to say we love each other, not just Angie and I, but all the kids, to know that Jesus is King, that he died for our sins so that we can be with Hallie again someday. That's the most important part, is that the resurrection means that we can all be together with our loved ones again with God. Or it's the most, as Dave said on our podcast a long time ago, when we get there, we're going to be so excited to see Jesus that we'll be like, oh, hey, Hal. There's a lot of times that we're still like, oh man, we get to be with our loved ones again.
I get it, but that's hard to amend.
Well, okay. So all of that to say, what would you like to see the next 5 years look like if we were?
Gosh, I think looking ahead for the next 5 years, I think it feels like from a parenting perspective, that's actually taken a little bit of a step in the backseat. As we were talking at brunch today, this is a big year for birthdays for our kids. Carter turns 21. The twins turn 18. Dane turns 16. I mean, we've talked about us changing, but at the same time, our kids are changing and growing. By the end of the year, it's going to be different.
We're not going to be driving kids around anymore. They're going to be driving
we're not.
All of them. I mean, I'm driving Dane still.
You're driving Dane, yeah. I think for me, my number one focus, and it'll probably be my number one for a long time, it's just continuing to focus on healing. Like losing a child is never a one and done and you're healed. I think it's a forever focus on healing, on mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And I can never lose focus of that. Well, let me just say I would be afraid if I lost focus on that. So I think as the kids grow and mature, it also gives me more time to focus on healing. What about you?
I think for me, over the next 5 years, I'd like to continue to focus on healing myself. Because as you guys know, if you've listened the last couple of months, I still got another 40% to grow. I'm only at 60% of my potential per Angie. So it's growing in that way, but it's also continuing to grow our marriage, which I just really, knock on wood, have enjoyed over the last 12 months where it's gone. I just feel like once we got about 6, 7, 8 months into me quitting drinking, like you and I have been able to start to build this in different ways. And my hope for it is that you're able to help women, that I'm able to walk with men in their walk with Jesus, that we're able to help grieving parents. And so, yeah, I mean, I'd like for that to be a thing, and maybe towards the next 5-year point, like towards 10, maybe grandparents.
Yeah,
so,
maybe
things like that.
It's not about having this perfect picture either, of a marriage, of the future. I think everything that I want to focus on for myself, for us, is about how we want to feel. I think that's such a huge aspect because you can't control perception. You can't control what happens around you, other people, none of that. It's really focusing on how we want to feel.
That makes sense to me. I mean, yeah, it really does. And a lot of times, even when you're not feeling a certain way, if you take the actions to feel like that, I started to say that earlier in the podcast today, is when it comes to love, it's something that you have to do. So when we talk about I choose you, there are times when, and you read this in books, even biblically, like there are times when you feel like I don't love that person. But if you do the acts of love, if you show up and you empty the dishwasher, if you show up and you give them the hug when they need it, if you show up and you say the kind word, you do those acts of love, and over time you start to feel the love. And I think that can be really good for anyone that's listening. But I just think long term, we can't control anything. We've learned that. And so even when our days are not feeling how we want them to, we have to choose to act, to put our actions to where they're going to start to breed different emotions in our lives.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
What do you want more of in our marriage? Oh, dear God, I probably know the answer to this.
I don't think I can say it. We can't say that, right?
Oh, boy.
Women everywhere are like, oh, my God.
I was going to say my answer to that one would be no budget conversations.
I need to say this out loud. We rarely
You just said it this weekend.
Yeah. So the fact that she heard it this weekend is now we have less budgets.
No, actually, I would say I do think the next couple months are really, really hectic, and we're going to have to focus on scheduling date nights.
I'm excited. You want to schedule date nights. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think for me, the date nights are important. I love my time with you. So over the next 5 years, I'd like to see us just figure out how to continue to build this marriage into something that our kids are going to be really proud of one day. So, we married our crew, and as they get older and they get married, I'm hopeful that they'll look at our marriage as a picture of what they're trying to build. That's what I think I want as we move forward. And I think that leads into the question, like, what do you want the kids to see from us?
I think what they see is probably not perfection, right? Because that's sort of a false pretense. That gives them a false expectation, but commitment and continuing to keep God at the center, even when life is messy. And I think we do. I feel like we do a good job of that. But you guys are listeners. You guys know what it's like when you have kids. You really are never going to know until they're older and they have kids of themselves. Then you get all the, this is what.
Yeah. This is what they actually were perceiving.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're
all the grievances for sure.
I'm sure Summer's going to say I didn't use enough of the good laundry detergent.
That's right. That's right.
It's coming.
Well, I think before we wrap, we should do a rapid fire.
Okay. Do I do this or you're doing this? She didn't tell me. So this tells me that I'm going to get thrown under the bus here.
I'll ask the questions and then we both can answer as we wrap.
Okay.
Who says I'm sorry first?
Me.
He does for sure.
I don't know that she knows how to say that word, that phrase. If
it doesn't come out very often. It doesn't come out very often.
Pretty rare.
Who's more patient?
I think it's me now. Was her. I think now it's pretty tight.
Really? You think you've surpassed me in
I think
patience?
it's getting close. It's getting
close,
honey.
Okay.
I've learned a lot.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. Who's changed the most?
Oh, that's really tough. I think I have changed in positive ways the most. I think you're.
What do you think? I've changed in negative.
No. No. I think your grief has made you change a lot. I think that's a change that's like just so hard to quantify because child loss is so tragic. Like so we both changed a lot in just
we'll ways. Just keep that even. Who is more emotional?
Me.
Ugh.
Me.
No brainer on that one.
Yeah.
Who handles?
Some of us feel our feels out loud.
Oh, I feel a lot.
I know, but you keep it silent. That's not super.
I keep it balanced.
Okay. All right.
Who handles stress better?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's me.
What's the next question?
Who is more likely to start an argument?
You.
Yeah.
Angie.
I won't disagree with that one. Don't be messing with me.
Nobody's messing with you. I don't even know where this stuff comes from sometimes. I'm like, I didn't even know this was a thing. I was unaware that this was about to become an argument. And I think a lot of men right now, if they're listening, are like, me too. That happens at my house.
Yeah, because you guys don't pay attention.
I pay a lot of attention.
Who has grown the most as a parent?
Me.
Yeah, that's
A+.
Hands down. Who plans date nights better? Me.
Is it you?
I mean, I think I'm a better planner.
Here's what I would say. Angie doesn't like for me to plan stuff because she's like that meme. She's like that meme where God's like, you see the people are like, hey, God, here's what I want to do with my plan. And God's like,
through.
Well, yeah, but let's do it my way because my plan's going to be better than your sucky plan. And that's That's kind of how Angie rolls. She thinks my plan's going to suck, so she takes it over. My plans don't all suck, by the way.
Okay, last one. Love you. One word to describe year 1 versus year 5. Oh, shoot.
So is it like a word for year 1 and then a word for year 5, or like a word that describes the 5-year difference?
One word to describe year 1 versus year 5. It's one word to describe the difference between the two.
Chaotic.
Heartbreaking.
Your word was better. Hers was better.
All right, last one. We're going to end on this one because this could be bad. What's one thing about me that drives you crazy, but you've learned to love?
Oh, gee. One
Answer
thing
wisely.
about you.
Answer wisely.
Gosh. One thing I have learned that drives me crazy, but I've learned to love.
Yeah.
This is really tough, actually, because you're so perfect.
Oh,
Was that the answer I was supposed to give?
No.
No?
Give me an answer for you, and
Sure.
then you can be thinking.
Sure. Go for it. I love that it's come so easy for you.
I had a list, but I narrowed it down.
Oh my
No.
God. Oh my God.
Pure OCD. This is why I was laughing.
What's wrong with
earlier.
my OCD?
Oh, it used to drive me crazy. Like, oh my God, literally, that's how you have to hang up the hangers. Oh, I literally have to like do these certain things in this order. Very regimented. I'll give you an example, but this is why. But it's funny now. Now I laugh at it. Would you rather me say you're breathing?
Let's go.
No, but earlier, okay, Eric's doing 75 hard.
I'm about to quit on it tonight, just so you know. I can't, the sugar is going to give me
This is so extreme.
26 days.
Instead of just saying I'm going to eat healthy, it's like, oh no, I'm going to do 75 hard. Okay, 75 hard. The guidelines or what you're supposed to follow is an indoor workout, an outdoor workout.
45 minutes apiece.
45 minutes. And don't you know, he has a timer set and it is 45 minutes, not 44.9.
Sometimes it's longer, but it's never shorter.
And you have to follow a diet. Well, he's decided to not eat sugar and he's an absolute sugar fiend. And then you have to drink a lot of water. So today.
What is this so funny to you? I don't.
Because it's like common sense. So he goes.
Common sense. Come on, honey.
2 different times, 45 minutes, he walked outside. Okay. Now, most
You're going to be in like
sense,
2 hours and 6 minutes total.
So over 6 miles. So common sense people would be like, okay, I mean, that counts. That counts as my 2 workouts. Oh, no. He looks it up on his phone. He's like, oh, it does say that you can do 2 outdoor workouts.
But you can't do 2 indoor. 1 workout has to be outdoor every day.
You know why? Because it's so healthy for you to be outside. So that's what's so funny is because I got to follow these rules that you're not thinking that the whole benefit is for you to be outside. So of course you can do 2 workouts outside.
My OCD, ladies and gentlemen, has led to an amount of stability in Angie's life that she needs. Okay, let's just point out. My stability is what she appreciates, and my OCD and how I load the dishwasher, how I have the laundry done, how I make the bed, everything is done.
If you're listening, it's because he's so OCD, he does it all.
Because I don't like the way anybody else does it, okay? But it allows me to be...
That's why I've learned to love it, because I'm like, oh shit, this actually works out in my favor. But it is okay for you to work out outside. But I'm glad he was able to look that up online and get approved by the 75 hard people.
That drives me crazy about Angie, but I've learned to love.
I know what you're
is
gonna
that
say.
She's never wrong, ever.
Nope.
There are times where I literally just look at her and I'm like, in my head, it's rare I say it out loud because I don't want to die. But there are times in my head where I'm like, okay, Chase. Okay, Big Kenny. All right, cool. We'll do it your way because it's clearly the right way.
Better than the song.
I don't know. I just know.
I think they're talking about God in that song.
I just know sometimes you're like your dad and your son who are always right, but not always. So with that, I've learned to love it. And
happy anniversary.
And there's that. So, but yeah. And that's how I learned patience. Okay. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I don't know about you, but I've learned that marriage is about showing up again and again and again and again.
Even when it's annoying.
Or hard.
Even when it's hard. Even when it's fun, you're on a trip. It's like the
All the things.
easy and the hard.
Guess what, though? I love the shit out of you.
Love you too.
That's great. We're gonna go.
That's great.
We're gonna go kiss it out.
Oh, no, we're going
not?
to watch the Madison. So if you guys are looking for anything to watch, it's so good.
We're gonna watch the Madison,
We're going to watch the Madison.
and then we're gonna snuggle.
Okay. All right. Have a great week.
God bless. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Blended, Blessed, and Always a Mess. Lexi and Hal, take it away.
I'm Lexi.
And I'm Hallie.
Have a great week.
Or have the week that you deserve.
That was perfect.
Yeah, God bless.